Hey everyone, Todd here, internalarchitect.com. Today is day plus 29 since transplant. So coming up on my first month, which is really pretty exciting. It's day after Thanksgiving though, and I wanted to do an update about what has been going on. There's been a fair amount of stuff happening since my last update about 5 days ago. As you can tell, I'm a little bit soft in my voice right now, and it's not really sure why, but it might have a little bit to do with a little respiratory thing or something. But I get to go do my 13th COVID test here shortly, and it's not so much to do the COVID test per se, as it's to run the rest of the panel to see what other maybe respiratory stuff might be going on. So that is the reason why I'm a little bit hoarse, and that should be happening here pretty quick, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of on hospital time, so that is kind of the deal. So the update, it has been almost a week since I fevered, and that has been an absolute blessing at this point. I can't even tell you. And the last 2 nights I've gotten a bit of sleep, which has been huge. Assisted with, I've had a little bit of Ativan. Not a huge fan of it, but it really works well just to help calm my mind right now. I've tried melatonin, but melatonin makes me dream really, really messed up, and so I don't really sleep very well when I've had some melatonin. So I've been taking a low dose of the Ambien to kind of help deal with some sleep the last couple nights, and that's made a big deal. So last time I mentioned I had been fevering, and I've been on this 4-hour or so fevering cycle, and it's been just it was an absolute hell dealing with the Rigering, which is worse than most. I hope any of you never have to really experience that. And I know, like Vicky, I was talking or just chatting with her on my last video, that she had to deal with a little bit of that, and I'm so sorry, because it blows, man. But they're, ended up getting that all kind of sorted out, and they got me on some steroids to start with after we figured out that there just wasn't any. I have no infection. I have absolutely no infection going on in my body right now. So it was just a really weird deal of why would I be having these fevers if I have no infection? And when I mean I have no infection, I mean we've gone through all the tests. I've done a whole bunch of blood cultures. I even did a lumbar puncture to really rule out the rest of the stuff, and everything, and I mean everything, keeps coming back negative. So when it comes to infection, I don't have anything. So that is a good thing and a blessing and surprise. So that's kind of the deal. But within all these blood tests and everything we're doing, we have found that one of the markers for inflammation, I think it's called LHL or something. I'm going to get it a little bit off, but it has been really, really high, and that seems to be one of the reasons why I've been fevering. So, and the only explanation that I can think of, and I've talked with the doctors about this, is that it could be a little bit of a grafting issue with my body, grafting the new cells in, or it could be just my body has had and has gone through so much treatment at this point that it just has an overabundance of inflammation going on right now, and that is one of the reasons why I have been fevering. And it kind of makes a little bit of sense, because if I have this inflammation, it potentially could be making it fever high. So what they've done at this point is, knowing that I don't have any underlying infection or anything, we've started a course of steroids, and I was on it for a couple days. Like I said, at this point, it's been almost a week that I haven't fevered, and we started the course of steroids last Sunday morning, and it's been great and tolerable, which is phenomenal. So been on it for whatever, and we're going to start tapering down the steroids to remove it from the usage right now, because obviously steroids are gnarly. They have a lot of long-term side effects if you're on them for a long time, and I don't want to be on steroids. No way. So we're just working through all that, trying to get rid of. The goal is to see what happens as I come off of it and see how I fever. So there's a couple other things going on though too that we have to be cautious with. Is I've been in about 10 days now in the hospital, and the longer that I'm in here, the longer that the higher the risk is of catching some sort of extra disease like COVID, because there's such an upturn and a spike in COVID cases right now, and the hospital has had some confirmed cases here on the 11th. So I'm keeping myself really isolated from people and everyone, which is good, but it's like it's something that has to be really thought of. So I'll be in the hospital at least through Monday, and then we'll kind of go from there, because there's only so much that, so much risk that we can take on either side, whether it's being in here trying to wait for new symptoms to arise from the inflammation or anything else that might come along, or the possibility of contracting COVID, which that's the last thing I want right now. So so yeah, that's kind of the deal in itself at the moment, and making the most of it. Should be looking, I don't know, we'll just kind of play it by ear, and we'll see kind of how things unfold over the next few days. But I mean, fortunately, I feel pretty good. I'm able to get up and walk around. I am independent, so I'm free from the bed, and I have been for a number of days now. But it's nice to be able to move and to do everything else. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell at the moment. We're just really keeping an eye on this, and should have a little bit more information come the next round. But pretty sure that the reason for all this fevering that I've been through, and even the fevering that I went through in September, has a lot to do with inflammation. So that's something to think about, as far as like, all the stuff that we eat and everything else, is how do we deal with inflammation kind of in the long term, because there's only so much you can do, especially while you're living the hospital life and eating the hospital food and limited to hospital stuff. I don't know. It's kind of boring. It's kind of annoying, but that's just kind of how life is. So, yeah. If you have any comments or questions, obviously, hit me in the comments section below. This is kind of an interesting unfolding as things come together, but we're just I'm just recording this as I can, as I feel like I have a little bit of, one, time, and two, just feeling up for a quick recording also. So yeah, again, like I said, if you have any comments or questions, hit me in the comments section below. Please hit subscribe so you can follow along on this crazy journey that I'm on, and of an allogeneic stem cell transplant, and yeah, just yeah, hit the bell for notifications. And like I said, just do what you do. Share, like, comment, do it all. So I appreciate your time and energy into watching the videos, and I will see you on the next video.